show contains mature content. Listener discretion is advised.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
One angry New York City Puerto Rican decided to start a radio show, determined to piss the world off by shoving a mirror in front of society's face. He kicked them in the balls.
What are you? Who are you?
This is the Crotch Shot Radio Show. Crotch Shot Radio Show.
This is not a test. This is a broadcast transmission.
We're going to stay on the air.
And now, Louie B.
Welcome to the Crotch Shot Radio Show, where we kick the issues in the balls. We are on an active war against bullshit. We would do anything and everything to expose bullshit. The ends sometimes justify the memes. So if you're angry and want the truth exposed, then strap in and prepare to be shocked. This is Smash Mouth Talk. If you can't accept that, then fuck off. I'm your host, Louie B. I takes no bullshit from nobody. I actually expose the bullshit of society and chop it up into easy to digest chunks for you. Today won't be any different. Today we're doing a special episode, a 9/11 anniversary episode. And it is 18 years. 18 years since the attacks happened. I was 18. Who's calling me? Whoops, I'm getting a phone call. So I can't talk. I'll call you right back. I was 17 going on 18. Was in college. Was waking up for class that day and turned on the radio and heard a plane hit the first tower. Immediately, I already knew it was terrorism. I already knew they were going. I didn't know the name of the group. I didn't remember the name of the group that attacked us in '93, but I knew it was terrorism. At that time, I knew it was terrorism. It was terrorism on television. Whoops. So, I was pissed off like everyone else. I wanted blood. And, a few years we were roaring like, let's go into Afghanistan. Let's get this motherfucker. Let's drag him by the fucking balls, chop his fucking head off, make an example out of his ass. That is what I was saying. I was, and things started happening. Not the things that we expected, not the things we wanted, because it was now a new reality. We were discussing this is our new lives. This is a new reality. What they meant was, now you have less freedom. Now you have less. Everyone has gotten more sensitive. And now we had things called no-fly lists, where if you sneezed incorrectly, you could be put on one. I'm probably on one myself for talking the way I talk on this radio show. It is I wouldn't be surprised, to tell you the truth. I would not be surprised if the way I talk on this show is got me on the no-fly list. People started being a little bit, so willing to give up freedom. So 9/10 could possibly be the last 9/10/2001 was possibly, or probably is, the last time we were ever truly free in this country. You need to give up some of your freedoms for security. What? Can't we just go over there and fuck them up so that way they can't come back? No. Can't we at least change our fucking foreign policy at the very least so that way we don't piss people off so that way they don't want to attack us? Nah. We got corporations here that need to fuck people up. Let's just spend trillions and trillions of dollars going into the Middle East and killing people. Yeah, let's do that. We can't just go and do some surgical strike, get this motherfucker. No. We got to wait years and years and years and years until what? 2011, 2012? When they finally admit that he's dead, even though they announced that he was dead like 9 times before then. Anyways, back to this thing. So come 2006, I was home, on disability. I snapped my knee in half, and so, I was recuperating. And I remember a sticker, WTC7.net. And out of curiosity, I went on there and I started reading. I started watching. I started listening. And then it hit me. Holy shit. 9/11 was an inside job. As soon as Bush freaking slipped up and said, "Oh, I remember seeing the first towers on TV," even though it wasn't fucking broadcasted until that afternoon of the first plane hitting the tower. How the hell did he see it so fast? He was told, and then he's like, and that's when that was the first strand. That was the first strand. That was the first. That was the first. What you call it? That was the first domino to fall for me. That was what got me thinking. That is what got me to start questioning what the fuck they were telling us. Start looking into it. I was up late at night. I had nothing else to do. I got obsessed. I was trying to educate myself on everything. And I was getting angry. They lied to us. They killed 3,000 people over some bullshit. And I wanted to do something about it. I wanted to scream it from the rooftops. We were lied to. Can we at least look into this? Can we at least look into this and see, okay, do we have all our ducks in a row before we start starting a 10-year war? Like what? Almost 15-year war? even though they planned for a war for 100 years. At the very least, we were failed. People that were in charge of protecting us failed us on that day. Some might say criminally it failed us. Criminal negligence. They failed us. Either through their hubris or some form of master plan. Something happened. Somebody screwed the pooch. And all that happened is those people that screwed up got richer, got better positions. Yet, my fucking freedoms got taken away. Certain freedoms got taken away. I had to worry about, and then they use this. It's un-American to question. It's un-American. You're disrespecting the memories of the fallen. No. Let's say a family member was murdered in a horrific way. The last thing I want is to go to prosecute and kill the wrong person, which means the real people are out there. I mean, the fact that you have so many people talking, so many people coming forward, calling Bravo Sierra on this whole fucking thing. Like, what are we even talking about here? Like, is you serious? Is you serious? I mean, it's it really is. It's disgusting. It like, when you really look into it, you get angry. The betrayal. You feel the betrayal. And the thing is, it's like you're like the only one at the time. You're like you're the only one that could see this. Am I really the only one that gives a fuck? Am I really the only one that can see? Am I really? Everyone's calling me crazy. Everyone's telling me calm down. Everyone's saying the government would never do that. The government loves you. You're crazy. Well, the government loves you. Boo 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 doo. Like what are we even talking about here? I used to say this joke on stage. I mean, people think I'm crazy to believe that our government would kill 3,000 of its own citizens on 9/11. So where my Navajo at? They've done it before, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I would like to think that Trump wouldn't do that, but you know what? Honestly, it would be stupid to trust anyone completely. I mean, at least with Trump, he listens. Like, if you put enough fucking pressure on him, he'll be like, oh shit, this is what the people want. He's a capitalist. He listens to what the market says. If the market says this, he's going to freaking push for this. Like, if the market says ban guns, he's going to ban guns. If the market says, oh, wait, you better not ban these guns or you're going to get fucked up. You're going to get that fucked up, son. You better not fucking do it. You better not fucking do it. Like what are we even discussing here? Hold on, let me get the chat room open here. If you guys want to chat, I got the chat room open. Just send me a message. I'd like to thank you for whoever's out there listening. Kalil. Sorry, that's that was an inside joke. But so once you like start going in it, like it's like you start to cry because it's like the fucking betrayal, the pain, it's dredging up. Like I was at Ground Zero today, and I was truthing. I was out there trying to educate people on 9/11. It felt good. It felt good being out there again, hopefully opening people's eyes. You had you only had like 2 people that were like doing a drive-by insult, like, oh, you guys are disrespecting the nah, while walking away. Basically the same type of people that be like, yeah, Trump is a man, Trump is a racist, none of them, walking away. And all we're saying is, no, we're not going after the right people. We're going towards countries that had nothing to do with 9/11. We're killing innocent people. We are creating new real terrorists, for fuck's sake. Which is why there's a saying, 9/11 truth ends wars. Ends wars. That means your kid, your daughter, your uncle, your aunt, your uncle, your dad, your aunt, your sister, your mother, your father, I don't know, grandfather, whatever, come home. And I'm not knocking the armed forces. Like, God bless the armed forces. Whenever I see a National Guardsman at like any type of like transit station, I thank them for their service. I'm not gonna be no asshole to no veteran. I'm not gonna be no asshole to active military person. I'm not gonna be that guy like baby killer. I'm not gonna do that. That shit is fucking ridiculous because I know it's not their fault. And honestly, I think that's why a lot of them are killing themselves, because of the guilt. That's what I think. If they are realizing what's going on, if they do realize, holy shit. I mean, I tell you this one thing. I mean, they deserve everything they've been promised. And the fact that for the longest time this government wasn't giving it to them, is fucking disgusting. That is not how you treat your warriors. That shit is fucking disgusting. I mean, I'm just mad that I can't do more to help. Like, I don't got the billions of trillions of dollars that could be used. Goodness, if I had 27 trillion, a lot of that would go to the VA. Here, fix your shit. Let me open up. Oh, okay. Okay, I got the chat going. Chat up. What the fuck? Read only. Can't respond back. Okay, yo guys, if you want, I also have the D Live thing going. If you guys want to chat with me, and I mean, you guys could chat wherever you are listening or watching this, and I'll respond live. If you guys, whoops. So I mean, but you go to dlivetv.tv/LouisB1. But I mean, one of the things that kills me nowadays is that we got kids 17 and under, hell, even 18 and under. They don't know what America was like before 9/11. They don't even know what it's like to feel pain. And mind you, and this is evident because while I was there were these bikers that were having a procession to honor the dead. And I hear this girl, and I'm just saying this just to be descriptive. She was Muslim. She had the head wrap and everything. And she's like, "Can we go already? Like, this is boring." Like, excuse me, bitch? And like, I wanted to chalk it up. Like, I was trying to fight the whole racism thing and be like, oh, she's just saying that because she's Muslim and she's like, she don't give a fuck. But no, it's because she's young and dumb and not full of cum. But no, she's young and dumb. And most of the kids they're just that. They're young and dumb. They don't know what the fuck they lost when it comes to their personal freedoms. They don't know what's important because it's not taught what's important. They don't get that fucking training at all. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Nerds. They don't understand. They don't appreciate. They don't have the will to fight because they never had it to miss it. And that shit is so sad to me because I where I work at, they have like a daycare, and I'm thinking these kids will never know. They will just whoever's in charge will take more and more away from them, and they're not going to know this because they're not going to realize they have it until, like, even when it's gone. It's just going to be crazy people like me that will know this and scream in the wilderness. Like, they're taking our freedoms. They're taking our privacy. Our privacy is important. It is a right. Why are they taking away our guns? Why are they taking away my right to defend myself? Why are they demonizing this? This is wrong. This is wrong. Wake up. I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. Let me put on some mumble rap. That's all you fucking get. That's all these fucking little shits care about. And then you got all these people that are my age that should realize, oh shit, we lost something. You're crazy. Get over it. It's been 18 years. Oh, you're disrespecting the dead. Derpy, 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 derp. I still fucking tear up. Every time I see that footage, the rage still rises in me. I clench my fists. How they were able to get away with this for so fucking long. Hell, how they were able to get away with the whole JFK assassination for so fucking long. We should have been known who killed Kennedy by now. But no, they keep hiding those records because some of those motherfuckers are still alive. I mean, hey, now we know Saudi Arabia had a hand in it. No, but Jews did 9/11. Derpy, 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 derp. Israel did 9/11. Derpy, 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 derp. Like, get the fuck out of here with that fucking Froggle fucking bullshit. That's all you hear. That's all you get. Derpy, 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 derp. It's, I mean, I really feel bad for these kids. I wish there was a way for me to, like, this is going to sound wrong, kidnap them and educate them. And really tell them what's going on and to a way that they will understand, and then bring them back to their family and have like little warriors, little info warriors. Like we know what's going on, and you're not going to fucking put the banana in the tailpipe. In fact, I want to play a song by Roy Shivers. Roy Shivers, he's a rapper. There we go. This is Roy Shivers. This song is called 9/11 Was an Inside Job.
Somebody on a dialysis machine in a cave didn't have NORAD stand down, didn't do war games of flying planes in the buildings that morning, didn't do CIA insider trading, didn't call Mayor Willie Brown and tell him not to fly in Ashcroft and everybody else.
What really happened on September 11th when 3,000 citizens were sent to heaven? Why the air of fake Bin Laden video confession? Why's the fairy tale version got so many questions? We're radical hijackers that were only using box cutters sliced up pilots like a knife cutting hot butter. They had us frantic like a NASDAQ stock runner. They flew in planes like a Tom Cruise top gunner. But the story's bogus, I noticed. Dick Cheney ran 9/11 drinking Diet Sprite sodas. You only gotta look at how the buildings collapse. Bombs popping off, listen, cause the building effects. A controlled demolition had a molten pool of steel up at ground zero. That's the temperature to drown heroes. Fires in the buildings that were oxygen starved. People waving from the windows where the bombing had started. So let me get this straight. These fires couldn't melt people of glass, but they can melt 47 steel frames. World Trade 7 wasn't hit by a plane. At 5 p.m. collapsed and they couldn't explain. Now for the third time in history, a steel building melted in a neat little pile. Had it happen, such a mystery. The owners said pull it and admitted they knew. That's Larry Silverstein, the partner with the Blackstone Group. They got the act on cool and made $6 billion stacking blood money dripping off of necktie collars. The South Tower burned for like 48 minutes while the buildings in Madrid burned for 28 hours, shooting white hot flames, but they never collapsed. Ask your scientist professor, make him try and explain that. Or just watch the videos with concrete shooting out the blast point. You hear explosions at the blast point. C4 hit him like an asteroid. Planning a controlled demolition. Got a question you can ask Roy. You got a question you can ask Roy.
What you believe doesn't necessarily make it so. And so people say, well, how dare you, change my reality on 9/11? I don't want to believe it. Well, regardless of what you believe, the facts are still the facts. Let me just say
Yo,
this.
for real, why was Dick Cheney running hijacking drills? And why is George Shultz got a mind that can kill? And why they steal the footage when a missile hit the Pentagon? Why they stage terror like in Beirut, Lebanon? Why is it the North never trying to intercept? Why would Rumsfeld stand out, order so direct? Really, why was 9/11 such an inside job? Well, because the facts make it easy to solve. So the project for the new American century said we need to mobilize with a new Pearl Harbor. Yeah, we got about to change, but we need to pull harder in a cashless society, control grid slaughter. So 3,000 citizens were martyred. The military budget seen jumping like a young Vince Carter. 9/11's really just a starter. They planted more terrorism all the way from here to Jakarta. And after the fact, they passed the Patriot Act. They left the Constitution murder with a stake in its back. Cause they had to get a stake in Iraq. Bechtel, Raytheon, Dicor, and the Halliburton contracts. Children get abducted like alien contact. In Abu Ghraib prison during military combat. Cheney's that man saying bomb that, I'm that. Vice president that played possum like a wombat. He stole the plan out of Operation Northwoods. Him and Scooter Libby burned crosses and they sport hoods. Peter Schumacher in a shadow government are running martial law takeover drills out of Fort Hood. See they import goods, CIA running crack. Teenagers popping more Viking than Laura Bush. Deficit they running up. 3 trillion missing from the Pentagon budget. The water supply drunken it. Why you think they're loving it, loving it? Got a system where the terrorism happens cause the CIA funded it. Abu Musab al-Zarqawi's just a one-legged shield. Bin Laden's already been killed. Just false flag mind control, synthetic terrorists.
That was Roy Shivers with his song 9/11 was an inside job. Really, yeah. Yep. I'd like to thank everyone for listening to the show today. You know, it's just, I just like, I mean, 18 years later. 18 years later, I did a show when it was 10 years later. And it's going to be, in 2 years, it's going to be 20 years. 20 years since 9/11 happened. In 2021, September 11, 2021. And the thing is, it's still relevant because you still have people dying from 9/11 related illnesses. You still have victims that are still dying from what happened that day. Catching the cancer. Possibly passing it off to their children and all that, and their wives and whatnot, catching the cancers, all that asbestos, all that pulverized dust, all those plastics and whatnot, getting in people's systems. Oh, well, the air is safe to work on the pile. Oh, you lied. Fucking disgusting. It was allowed to fucking happen. I mean, there are two schools of thought, and this is why we need a new independent investigation. I mean, first thing Trump should have done was get rid of the Patriot Act. Like, honestly, we should just all be lobbying, get rid of the fucking Patriot Act. Enforce the laws that we already have in the books. Like Ilhan Omar. Get her ass out of this country. Like, we all know why she's here. Rashida Tlaib. We all know why the fuck she's here. It is revenge. It is revenge. They had nothing to do with 9/11, and it is revenge for what we did. I mean, I just can't. I'm just so fucking sick and tired of all these goddamn criminals being left free, having positions of power, and then having the nerve to continue to fucking talk about, oh, this guy's doing a bad job. Oh, we're trying to hijack, we're trying to save America. No, you're not. No, you're not. You want power. You want to freaking bring us to heel as American people. And they're still pulling the same shit because they're like, oh, well, we got away with 9/11. We could continue this shit. I mean, now we're more vigilant, at least as a group, even people that are not too conspiracy theory or not too much a conspiracy theorist. They, like, when it came to Epstein, everyone was United States of that's bullshit. He did not kill himself. So, I mean, at least that's starting to fail on him. But if that's the case, if you believe that the government could kill Jeffrey Epstein or whatever shadow government or the Left Behind networks, then how's about we go back? At the very least, if you're a skeptic to my words, at the very least, look at it yourself. At least watch the documentaries. At least read it and question. Like, ask questions, demand answers. That is a long time slogan with loose change. And then if you are not convinced, or if you are convinced, let me talk about it because you're going to get convinced. Call your congressperson, call your senator, Demand a new 9/11 investigation. Freaking email the White House. Demand a new 9/11 investigation. And since, hey, Trump, while you're at it, since you're so into getting rid of useless regulations, how's about you kill the fucking Patriot Act? Because it's not, it is as patriotic as fucking Drago was in fucking Rocky V. Well, American Patriot. As in, he wasn't patriotic because he was Soviet Union Russian. Damn it. You know what I meant. You know, you fucking people know what I meant. Fact, I want to play this next song. I forgot the name of the group. Let me try to find it. Because the truth is alive. Oops. Here it is. Found it. This revolution is about to begin. right. The truth is alive. In fact, this is our fearless leader discussing 9/11 back when he was being interviewed. Donald Trump knew the same day. Donald Trump knew the same day that bombs must have been used on World Trade Center towers on 9/11/2001.
You're probably the best known builder, particularly of great buildings in the city. There's a great deal of question about whether or not the damage and the ultimate destruction of the buildings was caused by the airplanes, by architectural defect, or possibly by bombs or aftershocks. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, it was an architectural defect. You know, the World Trade Center was always known as a very, very strong building. Don't forget, that took a big bomb in the basement. Now, the basement is the most vulnerable place because that's your foundation, and it withstood that. And I got to see that area about 3 or 4 days after it took place because one of my structural engineers actually took me for a tour because he did the building. And I said, I can't believe it. The building was standing solid, and half of the columns were blown out. I mean, so this was an unbelievably powerful building. If you know anything about structure, it was one of the first buildings that was built from the outside. The steel, the reason the World Trade Center had such narrow windows is that in between all the windows, you had the steel on the outside. So you had the steel on the outside of the building. That's why when I first looked, and you had big, heavy I-beams, when I first looked at it, I couldn't believe it because there was a hole in the steel. And this is steel that was, you remember the width of the windows in the World Trade Center, folks. I think you know, if you were ever up there, they were quite narrow. And in between was this heavy steel. I said, how could a plane, even a 767 or 747 or whatever it might have been, how could it possibly go through the steel? I happen to think that they had not only a plane, but they had bombs that exploded almost simultaneously, because I just can't imagine anything being able to go through that wall. Most buildings are built with the steel is on the inside around the elevator shaft. This one was built from the outside, which is the strongest structure you can have, and it was almost just like a can of soup.
You know, Donald, we were looking at pictures all morning long of that plane coming into building number 2, and when you see that approach the far side, and then all of a sudden, within a matter of a millisecond, the explosion pops out the other side.
Right. I just think that it was a plane with more than just fuel. I think, obviously, they were very big planes. They were going very rapidly because I was also watching where the plane seemed to be not only going fast, it seemed to be coming down into the building. So it was getting the speed from going downhill, so to speak. It just seemed to me that to do that kind of destruction is even more than a big plane, because you're talking about taking out steel, the heaviest caliber steel that was used on a building. I mean, these buildings were rock solid. And, you know, it's just an amazing thing. This country is different today, and it's going to be different than it ever was for many years to come.
Very profound statement and very true.
Wow, he just said what I said. This country is going to be very different from years from now. It's 18 years later, and this country is very different. And the fact that there's a new generation that does not know any different. There's a new generation that is coming up now, 18 and below, don't know any different. Hell, I'll even go as far as they're 23 and they don't know. I mean, the pain still lives in me. The rage still lives in me. I can't go to ground zero without feeling the darkness there. I mean, there's still death. It is still holy ground. Oh, but there's a new fucking shopping mall. There's a fucking tourist trappy fucking museum. Oh my God, the museum. How's about you put this in the museum? The real fucking culprits of 9/11. How's about we start really investigating and locking some of these motherfuckers up? That sounds like a good idea. Anyways, if you guys are interested, if you're listening to this and you are totally new to any of the 9/11 conspiracy, in fact, let me see, 9/11 truth document. There's a loose change final cut. I'm sorry. Loose change 9/11 and American coup. That came out in 2009. Check out 9/11 false flag. You gotta be careful with a lot of this shit because it's like, oh, the Jews did 9/11. There's 9/11. Okay. 9/11 Press for Truth. That's a good one. There's Alex Jones' Endgame Blueprint for Global Enslavement. You have Terror Storm. That's a good one. Terror Storm, History of Government-Sponsored Terrorism. Who Killed John? Who Killed John? Oops. What's the name of it? Who Killed John? Who Killed John O'Neill? It's that shit is a real when I watched that I was like, oh my god. I mean, a lot of it you could watch free on YouTube. In fact, here, let me play some of it in the beginning.
On July 3rd, 1979, the CIA gave birth to Islamic fundamentalism when President Carter signed a directive for United States intelligence to provide radical Islamic thinking and arms to Afghan fighters before the Soviet Union invaded. This is documented in a 1998 interview with Zbigniew Brzezinski, Carter's national security advisor.
Who killed John O'Neill? Who killed John O'Neill?
This is one of my favorites because it goes so in depth. For those of you who don't know, John O'Neill, he was a former FBI agent that started the job on that day as security director for the Twin Towers. And he died on his first day of work. So Who Killed John O'Neill, Terror Storm, Loose Change, an American Coup, an Endgame Blueprint for Global Enslavement. That should do it. That should really do that. But 18 years later. 18 years. I won't be happy until people start getting arrested, until people are being prosecuted and thrown in jail or freaking sentenced to death for treason. Till because of this, we start reversing a lot of shit. We start bringing our troops home. But anyways, anyways, I'd like to thank everyone for listening to the show. Out of respect for the day, I'm not going to be playing no ads afterwards. Probably wherever you're listening to this, they'll probably play ads, but I'm not going to play mines. And I have no control over that, but yeah. As always, from my house to your house, mahalo.
That's the end of my show. Donk.